Throughout the centuries, there have been many execution methods used to take the life of a condemned person. But one of the most shocking and fearsome originated in France, and it was a huge structure in which people were gibbeted and hanged upon. It was a sight which would terrify anyone who walked past, and inside of Paris dozens of people were strung up from the Gibbet of Montfaucon at the same time. But what is the story of this fearsome execution device? Join us today as we look at this, and to support our channel, please make sure to subscribe. The Gibbet of Montfaucon was the main gallows and gibbet which was used by the kings of France until the reign of King Louis XIII. It would be used for centuries as a way of administering the king's justice, and infamous criminals and traitors would be hanged on the device and be left for some time. In London, the heads of traitors were placed above London Bridge, but this was similar, as the bodies of those who had committed serious crimes would be left on the gibbet to send a warning to the people of Paris to stay into line. Every day thousands of people would walk past and would see the criminals swinging from the structure, and it would be absolutely terrifying to see. The structure was found on top of a small hill, and throughout the medieval times it was actually found outside of the city walls of Paris, meaning that traders would pass by it also. It was first built during the reign of King Louis IX as a method of showing his power and might, and it was closely associated with the royal courts and their rulings, and the Gibbet of Montfaucon was transformed from a wooden scaffold into a more permanent stone structure, almost like a high-rise building, with 16 columns, and it was 10 metres high. Inside the gaps between the columns, the people would be strung up and hanged in these almost windows, and it would be used for executions until 1627, and then it was taken down around 150 years later. Gibbets would also be found nearby following this, but it was said to have had 3 sides with 45 different compartments inside. This meant that 45 people could be displayed and executed inside, but sometimes more than one person could be placed inside the same window. Often people were executed elsewhere, also around the French capital, and their remains would be taken to the Gibbet of Montfaucon, to be then displayed for weeks, months and sometimes years. Images which come from the time show bodies hanging from beams across a central space and resting on piers, and it's shown to have been a substantial size. The gibbet was also found near to a stop in the road, meaning that passers-by from different directions were forced to go past it. An English writer commented on it saying, "It was the fairest gallows that I ever saw built on a little hillock, with 14 pillars of free stone." As mentioned, often bodies would be displayed on the gibbet for some time, and in 1416 the remains of one man were handed back following 3 years of display on the gibbet. Many others were hanged on it, and they had links to the royal family, including royal treasurers and former grand chamberlains. The link to the monarchy throughout the time in operation was clear, and it was a place where many people would be hanged, with the final last high-profile gibbeting being the body of a French admiral who was killed in the St. Bartholomew Days massacre, and he was strung up by his feet. But it continued to be used for some time, and as mentioned, it was an execution device and method which was harrowing, and was used as a way of putting people off committing serious crimes. To walk past the dozens of decaying corpses each day must have been difficult for those visiting Paris or those working outside, and the Gibbet of Montfaucon has lived on in infamy alongside places such as Tower Hill, Tyburn and the Place de la Révolution as some of Europe's most infamous and feared execution sites. Thanks for watching. To support our channel, please make sure to subscribe, and once again, thank you so much for watching.